It's Wendy Bowen, physiotherapist with Know Your Body Better. So I frequently get asked, is there anything you can do about carpal tunnel syndrome? So when we look, and my answer is yes, there is something we can do about carpal tunnel syndrome. At least give it a good shot. So the carpal bones are these bones in your wrist here. The carpal tunnel is made up by these two bones with a band of tissue going over top. So it makes this carpal bones underneath, tissue on top, and the nerves and blood vessels come underneath that. So carpal tunnel is right in here, and when you get a pinching of that median nerve, it gives you numbness in these three fingers and the thumb, or these two fingers and the thumb. So you get this numbness pattern. That's how we know generally it's the carpal tunnel area. So a test we do to see is put your wrist down like this and hold it there and time how long it takes to get the numbness in those fingers. And that gives us an indication of how compressed that nerve is or how irritable that nerve is. We tend to hold it for up a minute. If you're not getting any of the tingling numbness after holding it for a minute, you're probably not, it's not really bad. You can also do this reverse one and see if you get any of the numbness there. So what are we going to teach you about that? Well, sometimes that nerve can get pinched here, but it can also be coming from the neck. So we have to look at, treat both areas, especially if you've got it both sides. We want to look at, is there anything in the neck as well? And so we'll come up and check these muscles. And often when we look at the neck, remember, it's these nerves that come down the arm can get pinched up here in the neck, or as they come through this area of the body, there's often a pinching that can happen there or anywhere down the arm. So one thing we do is massage out these forearms, because we rarely do that. We do a lot of work with our arms, but we rarely massage them out. So I work on massaging these muscles out, releasing any of the muscles that might be pinching the nerve down here, working on rubbing this area out and stretching it. And I love this stretch, where you do that prayer stretch, fingers come apart, really stretch this area out. We also want to stretch the muscles on the other side, and that's the one where you bend your wrist down and hold it here, because any tightness in here can affect the bones down here. For the neck stretching, we're going to do the opening up and looking down and stretching these muscles in here. And if you want to add some rubbing, take your hands and just rub those muscles as well. We want to open up the space where the nerve comes out. If the muscles are tight, it's going to compress it down. So you can do that little test and see. Another thing you can do, if you're getting the numbness when you sleep at night, it's usually because we curl into this position. So we often will get people to wear a night brace so they're not curling down and take that irritation off the nerve. So remember, for carpal tunnel syndrome, you're getting the numbness and tingling two fingers and the thumb generally. It may come and go, and that's a sign you want to start doing something about it. Stretching the neck, stretching the wrists and forearms, getting them massaged out, releasing all those tight muscles, and do some treatment over top of those nerves to help them heal. We've been looking at doing the laser now for some help with carpal tunnel syndrome, reducing inflammation and irritability of the nerve. So it's Wendy Bowen, Know Your Body Better, looking at carpal tunnel syndrome.